Hi, and welcome to an episode of Eliminating Excuses with SMA. I'm your host, Sheila, the accountability coach. Now here we learn balance, grow in our perspective, and be accountable. Today we are going to talk about something that you all probably don't really like to talk about, and that is credit. So sit back, relax, come back, because we're going to touch right on that.
Welcome to the sweet job. Welcome to the Vitamin M Suite with Carrie. Yeah, she give all the support to black entrepreneurs. Yeah, the Vitamin M, we inviting them in to what she created, much appreciated, and it can't be recreated. Black people got the keys to the locks now. We gon' make it. Get a taste of culture, embrace the face that's taking over, replacing Oprah. It's all black everything, every day. Get up, stand up, fight for your rights, but be a heavyweight. Yeah, and they gon' hate, but you let them hate. Long as they don't cross them lines like the letter H. You just stay on your grind until you elevate. Then set a date with Carrie so she can tell it straight. Cause if it ain't real, they can tell it's fake. But this is black excellence, let's celebrate.
Welcome back to Eliminating Excuses with SMA. I again am your host, Sheila, the accountability coach. Now, I told you we were going to talk about credit. Now, I'm glad you came back even knowing that we were talking about credit, so thank you for that. But today, my special guest is my good friend and promote her sister, Monsi Hawkins of Fig Restoration. I am so excited, sis, to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for the sacrifice.
Thank you for having me.
Girl.
It's a pleasure.
Now, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a whole serious situation here, okay? So first, what I want us to discuss is the excuses that you've heard people use, right, on the whole credit side. Now,
Yes.
I want you to give it all to them because they're out there like, no, I don't do excuses. No, I have valid reasons. So help a sister and a brother out.
And I'm one of those ones, I do not put up with excuses.
I love it.
So when it comes to your credit, let me just say this. When individuals come to me with excuses, I first put myself in their situation because I too was one of those who suffered with financial issues and credit before. And so automatically I try to put myself in their shoes, but at the same time, hold them accountable whenever they start focusing on those excuses, because those excuses will not allow you to go further and you'll stay stuck.
Absolutely.
So a couple of excuses right off is, does it really work? Yes, credit restoration does work, but it requires teamwork. It requires work on your behalf. It requires a change in your mindset.
Yes.
Another excuse is, well, I don't want to get scammed. There are a lot of scammers out there. And let me say this, that is definitely a true and vital point to raise up.
Absolutely.
But this is where you have to do your due diligence. I tell everyone, if you're going to seek any type of financial services, go do your research. There are so many different tools on the web that you can research to find out what this company is doing.
Absolutely.
And if they are helping people, look at reviews. Reviews says a lot.
Okay.
So yes, that is a valid, thing.
Yes.
And then the last one is, well, I don't have enough money. I can't afford it. But I see you eating out.
Listen.
I see you shopping. We do what we want to do.
Absolutely.
We put our money where we want to put our money.
Ma'am.
And when it's time to go to that next level with financial success, we have to really take some hard looks at what we're really focusing on.
Yes.
And when we're ready to go to that next level, we'll make the sacrifices that we need to make.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things that I thought about when I was bringing you on, I said, I liken it to salvation, where people are like, let me get some things together first before I come on over. So do you ever hear people talk about that? Like, well, let me fix this first before I go to the restoration person. And then the other thing, with cleaning, people that hire cleaners, what they do is, are you all those people? You all, you go through the whole process of cleaning the house first before the people actually come in. Like, come on now. Like, you're paying them for a service. Why are you not allowing them to do their service? So have you ever done that or heard people talk about that?
Oh, yes. They do that, and then what they'll try to do is do it themselves without having the knowledge that they need to have, and a lot of times end up messing up some things when it comes to the credit profile,
Yes.
And even cause their scores to drop. So you definitely don't want to do that. If you reach out to me, just trust and believe that we are going to start you right where you need to start at and help you go there. So you won't have to backtrack and waste more money and have even lower scores.
Yes.
Trust the process.
Now, listen, y'all. I need you all to understand that it's not as scary as you think it is. A lot of people are very, people that I have referred over are like, well, you know, it's scary. I have so much debt. It's just so much that I need to do, you know, in order to get myself ready. I don't have the money, like you said. I don't have the money to get it done. But you are able to help people to find it out.
Right.
So your process in the beginning, and we'll talk more about it later, your process in the beginning actually helps walk them through that, right? Yes. It's not just a jump in and we're going to start ripping apart the credit and you're going to give me $15,000 to do it. So listen, because you know.
I wish it was 15.
Can we talk about the process, right? Because people are out here having those type of encounters where they're spending ridiculous amounts of money. People are lying to them, telling them, or have already lied to them, right? And told them, oh, I can wipe out all your student loan debts, right? I can wipe out all those things. So what is the communication that you give to people when they bring you the excuses?
So the first thing, like I said, is reassurance and just making sure that they understand, no, there is a process. We're always going to go through a consultation first. No one can sign up for any of my programs without me first understanding what your situation is, what your financial habits are, what your credit looks like. And then from there, we're going to decide, okay, which one of my programs is going to be best for you. That way, you'll know what's going to work for you to reach your credit goals. I'll know that teamwork kicks in. And then you'll be able to pick one that's affordable for you.
Oh, very good.
We have different programs. They go all the way up. They start from here and they go up for every income level. Oh, so that's what FIG Restoration is all about. We want to help the community and as well help our business owners, professionals, and even our influencers. We have people of all different types that comes to through our program.
Well, when we come back, we're going to go a little bit deeper into what it looks like to work with the Monsi Hawkins. So please come back with us. We'll be right back with you soon. Welcome back to Eliminating Excuses with SMA. Now, I hope you enjoyed that first section where you got that mirror view of what you may be talking about as it relates to you eliminating excuses in your finances and in your credit restoration. And we're still here with Ms. Monsi Hawkins. And what we're going to do is, in this portion, we want to help you because a lot of you need help. And we want to make sure that you get it before you log off of this show, okay? So, Ms. Monsi, let's go a little deeper into this, right? So, what have you experienced as it relates to the restoration piece, as it relates to home ownership? Because a lot of people now, you know, you're hearing so much about the home ownership process, right? And there are so many people that are being advised the wrong way as it relates to credit. I have a friend, I'm a special friend, right? And he wants to go out and buy a house. They could give me $200,000. Okay, sir, but you know, there's the credit piece, there's the money piece, and there's all that other stuff that Monsi can tell you about that I will not go into because I stay in my lane. So if you can help, again, a sister and a brother out, please let them know what the process looks like.
So, and I'm glad you brought up home buyers because that's really one of the most popular packages that I have. Everybody wants to own a home, and right now it's a great time to buy a home, right? Okay. If you're willing to go through the steps, and it really does not take a lot once you get started if you really focus on it. So one of the things is do not listen to your aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, and brothers. What you have to understand is everybody's credit profile is unique and specific to your own situation. What they may have done may not work for you. Their financial stability may not be the same as yours. And this is the thing, it takes money in order to build credit. If you have no money, if you just say you lost your job, then it's going to be kind of hard to repair your credit, but that doesn't mean that you cannot be educated.
Right.
I say this, if you're not in a financial place that you want to be, at least get yourself educated when it comes to the fundamentals of credit. And that's something that Fig Restoration does very well, is educate the people, right?
Yes.
But that will prepare you when it is time for you to walk into your season of
Absolutely.
home ownership. But when it comes to home ownership, you want to make sure that you stay the course, you stay focused. You want to make sure that you have your goals set out. If you know that you want to purchase a home within the next 6 months, start getting your mindset together about that, right?
Yes.
And then cut back on your spending.
Ooh.
Start trying to save as much as you can.
That part.
Right. That's a major part. Because when you come to my program, I don't play when it comes to money and your finances and your credit, because you're hiring me to help you.
Absolutely.
I feel like a failure if I don't help you. Now, unless you do something that I tell you not to do.
Yes.
You have to follow and trust the process. So one of the first things is that I'm going to tell you to do is, let's see what that budget looks like. Okay?
Yes.
We're going to see what the budget looks like. We're going to have a lender, because I'm not the lender, but I'm going to hook you up. We work as a team. We have highly trained professionals. A lender, if you don't have a realtor, we'll hook you up with the realtor, and from there we discuss what's going to be the best route for you.
Yes.
And then we're going to say, hey, let's start the process. We're going to look at your credit. If there's things that we need to dispute, we'll dispute that. If there's things we need to negotiate, we'll negotiate. Whatever it requires, myself and my power team is going to help you get there.
Now, one of the things what you were saying made me think about integrity and credit restoration. That's the biggest part, right? In order to deal with someone who is going to go through every single detail of your credit, there has to be an integrity piece that they hold themselves to, right? And that's one of the many things I love about you is that you have also turned people away.
Oh, yes. It's all about mindset for me. If you are not serious, if I know that you're going to waste my time, because this is the deal. What I do is a calling. And I don't need someone who's going to come and play games to try and, like they say, throw salt on what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
You need to be serious, because there are too many people out there that I need to help.
Yes.
And they need to have access to me.
Absolutely.
So if you're not going to be serious, go to ABC down the road. There are plenty of companies here, but it's going to be done with integrity. All of the laws will be followed.
Yes.
You're going to have a game plan, and you're going to have accountability, because I hold every single last one of my clients' hands when we go through this.
Now, have you ever had people that have started with you and just decided, you know what, she requiring too much of me. I need to step back.
You know what? I have had, they haven't told me that, but I know that that's probably what it is. But yes, I have had a couple people do that. But what I will say is they've come back.
And have they been in a worse situation when they came back?
9 times out of 10, they are in a worse situation. But I'll say this, they do come back with an humble heart. Because like I said, I'm always going to be transparent. I'm always going to keep it real, but I'm going to do it in love. And so they're going to understand. Sometimes you have to stray away and get lost and go taste and see what else somebody else have before you get the good food.
Right.
And I put too many years in this here, 20 years behind my name, 20 years in corporate and finance. It's too much out there. I cannot waste your time, your money on being greedy or not giving you the real deal.
Now, thank you for that, because I work hard for my money. You know, people are it's hard. It's already discouraging when you're getting denied left and right for things that you know you really want, and you're sold on the American dream, right? So everybody's telling you you have to have this and you have to have that. And as it relates to home ownership or owning a car, have you ever had a situation where you've advised people against home ownership?
Yes, if they aren't ready. And this is the thing, I bought several homes. As you know, I have investment properties. And so I'm always thinking about your next year after you get the home, the following year. For me, it's not about just making money off of you.
Right.
And especially if you have a family. I want to make sure that if you get into this home, that you and your family aren't going to be put out on the streets in the next, month or 6 months or whatever, right? And so one of the things that I noticed a lot of people are doing is we want everything so fast right now, and we don't care. We don't care about the consequences on the back end.
Absolutely.
You know, when it comes to seasoned trade lines, people pay for trade lines to be added to their credit reports in order to boost those scores. But then guess what? Those trade lines are only on there for a minute or two.
Well, listen. That's a whole different type of scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back shortly to get a little bit more of that, but we'll come back just to give you some more direction and to find out how you can actually connect with Monsi. So come back with us. We'll be right back.
I'm trying to see what we doing. I wanna be like John Lewis. I know that I'm just.
Are you the go-to for your family or business? Where will they go when you go? I'm Melissa West, creator of Fit for Legacy, where I empower leaders to create generational plans for success. Stop being afraid to die. Put a plan in place for your legacy. With your Legacy Life Plan, we move you from what if to what's next. Visit fitforlegacy.com for your plan today.
We got all the juice, got it from my roots, yeah.
Welcome back, and I am so glad you made it to the end. Now, Monsi was talking about seasoned trade lines, so we want to make sure we get back to that because we want you to have the full information before you leave today, okay? It's very important, so grab your pen and paper if you haven't already, and make sure you hear about the seasoned trade lines. So, Monsi, yes. Go ahead and pick up where you left off, sis.
Okay, so seasoned trade lines, and like I said, people want to take shortcuts. There's a lot of fraud associated with credit restoration when you don't do it the right way. And people will want to or either offer you to pay to have trade lines added to your credit report that may belong to someone else.
Yes.
That's someone else. It could be stolen information.
Ooh.
We don't know where this information is coming from.
Okay.
Oh yes, the Social Security Administration has a big write-up about it, and they do their own research on it. So just be careful with that, because typically when you buy these trade lines, they will stay on your credit reports maybe about 60, 90 days, depending on what you pay for. And they're very expensive, $1,000 plus.
Yes.
But once those come off of your credit report, your score goes back down.
Oh,
yeah, your score goes back down because now you no longer have those accounts.
So it defeated the
credit
purpose.
report. Right. So it may allow you to get something really quickly, but once they're gone, and so what happens is for home buyers, when you do that and you purchase those trade lines, well, you know after that year comes up, now it's time to renew insurance, now it's time to do this, now it's time to renew so many things. And guess what? Your scores are back down, so all of your premiums are going to go back up. All of your interest rates on whatever is going to go back up. So what I do is I set my clients up for financial freedom for not just now, but for the future. We're going to do things the right way. You're going to build your own credit in your own name. So that way you don't have to be looking behind your back, looking for the popos and the IRS and all of these different. We're laughing about it, but it's real.
Yes.
And I've seen people who have come on and said, who've called me and said, hey, I'm in trouble. This is what happened. Can you help me? At that point, it's out of my hands. I don't touch anything behind something that's done illegally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that, right? Okay. So can you tell them how they can reach you, Monsi? Because it's very important that they connect to people who have integrity. So if you could please just let the people know.
Yes, you can find me at my website, www.figrestoration.com. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Fig Restoration and at Monsi Hawkins. Very, very easy.
And Fig is for?
Fig stands for Faith in God. That is what FIG stands for, because that is the foundation of my company. Like I said before, this is not just business for me, it's also my purpose and my ministry. So we have to make sure that we take care of everyone and honor that, because it's not about me.
That's right.
And I don't play about my Father's business.
That's good. Listen, we're going to come back shortly to wrap this up, but I am so grateful. Thank you, Monsi, for coming here. It was absolutely phenomenal. You all will be able to watch the replay again, so if you didn't catch anything, it's perfectly fine. Come on back over. But come back shortly. We'll be right back with you to make sure that we wrap this up, but thank you so much for staying this far. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, and thank you. I want to thank again my guest, Monsi Hawkins, my Promote Her sister, my good friend that we just connected. I'm so excited about this God connection. It has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So let us know again, one more time, where they can find you so that we can make sure that everyone connects.
Okay. Again, figrestoration.com. You can schedule your consultations directly on the website, very easy, and then at Fig Restoration and also Monsi Hawkins on all social media platforms.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
you.
much. So listen, everyone, we are about eliminating excuses. In today's episode, you should have tips to be able to eliminate excuses in your credit restoration journey. Okay, so what I want you to do, I need you to come back next week. We are here every Sunday at 6 p.m., your local time. Now, what I love to do is make sure that you are equipped to learn balance, grow in your perspective, and be accountable. You will not fail if you put forth the effort to do what you are called to do. Thank you so much. Time will pass anyway. Do something with the time that you have. Join me next week. Sheila M. Anderson, your accountability coach.